Hey everyone, add-ons can literally make your experience with the game better, and since we're on this gold making trend lately on the channel, I figured we'd talk about some add-ons that will help you make gold more easily and efficiently. So today, we're gonna talk about 4 add-ons that any gold maker should have. We're also gonna talk about TSM, or Trade Skill Master, which is one of the most powerful add-ons you can have to make gold. A lot of you guys asked us to make a video about it, so today we're gonna go a bit in depth about TSM and show you how to set it up and how to use its main features for the most efficient gold making. So make sure to stick around till the end. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with Lemo's Craft Cooldown. I found this one while doing some research for this video, and this is quickly becoming my new favorite add-on. It barely has 9k downloads, so I doubt many of you know about it. So you know how a very low effort and fast way to make some gold every day is to do your profession cooldowns, those mainly being alchemy transmutes and tailoring cloths. And if you ever did transmutes, you may have experienced the frustration of forgetting to do your cooldowns in time, and for people who have multiple characters, each with alchemy and tailoring, this can become a real nightmare. So this add-on got you covered. Every time you log in, it will remind you about your profession cooldowns and let you know if and when they're ready. And every time a cooldown is ready, you'll receive an alert. The best part about this is it works across characters. So if you're, say, doing a dungeon or anything else on your main, and one of your profession alts cooldown is ready, you'll get notified about it. By the way, quick tip about profession cooldowns: if you want to maximize your gold with cooldowns, make sure to do your specialization quests. Those unlock at level 60 for tailoring and at level 68 for alchemy, and they will allow you to get 2 items instead of 1. Also, make sure to always do your cooldowns as soon as they're ready. The cooldown is 20 hours and not 24, so be sure to do it the moment it's ready. That's why this add-on comes in so handy. And finally, remember that the more profession alts you have, the more gold you'll make. So if you have a character laying around, make sure to level it up to 50 at least and get both alchemy and tailoring to 350 on it. Moving on to Trade Skill Master. I think a lot of you know about this add-on by now. We talked about it a lot on this channel, and it's generally known for being the best gold making add-on. But I feel like it lives kind of on this gray area where people know about it, but they are too afraid to use it because of how complex it is to use. And that's totally fair. This add-on can be very complicated at first. That's why I'm gonna help you here learn the basics and learn how to set it up and work with it. What you'll learn to do is 4 things: how to get real-time gold data for your server with the TSM app, how to quickly post anything in your bags with one button, hassle-free, how to easily make gold with any professions, and how to quickly disenchant or prospect anything worth disenchanting or prospecting in your bags. So first off, before you do anything with TSM, I highly recommend downloading the TSM app on your PC. You can do that by going to the Trade Skill Master website, make an account, and go to Install TSM at the top and press download under Trade Skill Master app. From there, install the app. At first, you'll notice there's nothing going on in the app. That's because you didn't add a server to it yet. To do that, go back to the TSM website and hover over your account name on the top right. Go to App Configuration, then click on Realm Selection. Scroll down until you see Current Realms, Burning Crusade Classic, or Classic Vanilla if you play Classic Era, and just add your server to this list by selecting it under Add Realm. That's it, you should be good to go now. Restart your game if you had it running, and you should now have gold data for your realm updating about every hour. Next up, let's learn how to quickly and easily post things from your bags to the auction house. First, what you need to know is that TSM works with what's called operations and groups. TSM will only undercut the lowest priced item on the auction house. You can't just post something and choose a price manually. To do that, you'll have to switch back to the default auction house UI. Operations are basically conditions that you give to TSM to let it know if and how to post an item and at which minimum and maximum price. And groups contain items which will follow operations assigned to them. So TSM comes with default operations, which are good enough, but in my experience they're too careful, and you'll often end up with things in your bags that TSM refused to post because it thought they're too cheap, when you just want to get rid of them at any price really. So I made my own operations for that. My minimum price is basically the vendor price, because obviously you shouldn't sell something for cheaper than vendor price. I'll include a link to these operations in the description. Then you may notice I actually have 4 operations. Basically, that's to post bigger stacks first, then move to posting single items. People tend to want to buy larger stacks and they pay more for them per item, so that's what my operations try to achieve. Obviously, there's exceptions. You can't just sell 20 primal mites as one large stack. Very few people would buy that. So I made a single stack group called singles only. If you want to sell an item with a single stack only, put it in this group. Then from there, just go to the auction house, select all the groups and press run post scan. This will go over all the non-bound items in your bags and will undercut any other auctions. You'll just have to click post repeatedly and that's it. Now be careful not to post something that you did not actually want to sell, like your food or arrows. And also be mindful that you're not posting something for cheaper than you're comfortable with. That part is up to you. Next, we'll learn how to use TSM to make gold with professions. So just open your professions, and if you don't see the same window I have here, make sure to click the TSM4 button at the top right of your profession window. So this can be intimidating at first, but you really just need to look at 2 things: the profit column and this small arrow column. Profit is straightforward, I think. It lets you know how much profit you'll make if you craft this item by buying the reagents from the auction house and undercutting the lowest bid with the crafted item. And the arrow is what's called the sell rate. Basically, the number it shows is the ratio of how many times this item appeared on the auction house versus how many times someone bought it. If it's 1, it means that you're guaranteed to sell this item the moment you post it. If it's 0, it means that no matter how many times you post and repost it, it will almost never sell because nobody bought it in the past. Try to aim for something with a sell rate of above 0.15 to 0.2. Otherwise, you'll have to cancel and undercut other auctions way too often before your item sells. But yeah, from there, just choose something that can make you profit, press Q, and you'll notice this window appear on the right. This window shows you where you can obtain the reagents to craft your item at the lowest price. Sometimes it will suggest you to craft those reagents from your alts. Sometimes it will tell you to buy them from a vendor, and most of the time it will just tell you to get them from the auction house. But yeah, once you have all the reagents, just click craft or click on the item you want to craft directly and then put it up on the auction house and wait for it to sell for a profit. Pretty straightforward. Next, if you have enchanting or jewel crafting, TSM has a powerful tool that will help you disenchant or prospect things for a profit in the click of a button. Simply get the items you want to disenchant or prospect in your bags and type in the chat /TSM destroy. This will scan your bags and let you know which items are worth disenchanting. Obviously, this takes into account the average gold you can make from the average items each disenchant or prospect can net you. So you could lose gold here if you're unlucky, but overall, doing this repeatedly will almost certainly always net you a profit. Small bonus tip on that regard: if you open the auction house window and go to browse, then press disenchant search, TSM will scan the auction house for items that you can disenchant for a profit. That's an easy way to make some gold if you want to do this while watching YouTube or Netflix on your second monitor. There's still a lot that I haven't talked about TSM. There will be more videos about it in the future for sure, and we'll go into more details and more advanced stuff. In the meantime, just learn the basics with this and you should be in a pretty solid position to make a lot of gold with TSM. Moving on to the next add-on, or add-ons actually, Gathermate coupled with Farmer. Those are 2 add-ons that go hand in hand in my opinion. Let's start with Gathermate. What this does is it remembers all the nodes you picked in the past and shows you their spawn point on your world map. That way, next time you go on a farming session, you'll be able to know where you can find what. Now, finding nodes yourself is good and all, but the real strength of Gathermate is that you can import node positions from other players, and there's a few position databases that you can download on CurseForge. I'll include the link to one in the description. Download it, put it directly in your add-ons folder, then go in-game, go to Gathermate settings, and go to import. Select merge as an import style, then click all the check marks. Select the Burning Crusade as an expansion, and press import Gathermate to data. From there, just open your world map and you should see all the nodes appear in the zone you're currently in. Now, if you don't have mining, for example, and you just want to hide mining nodes, go back to the GatherMate settings and uncheck all the mining nodes. Same thing for gas clouds if you don't have engineering. Now let's set up Farmer. This one is quite straightforward really. Just use the command /farmer_radar in your chat and that should show this big circle in the middle of your screen with all the GatherMate nodes around. The green circle represents the distance from which you can see nodes appear on your minimap. So this should make it super efficient to farm herbs or ores like this. Combining GatherMate and Farmer with mining plus herbalism will really turn you into a farming machine. Then if you're a druid on top of that with Flightform, especially when Fast Flightform releases in a patch or two from now, you'll really be totally set up for success with gold farming this way. But with that, those were 4 useful gold making add-ons that everyone should be using. I hope you found something interesting in this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the Classic WoW Curios channel for more content like this. As always, thank you all so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.